Welcome to our 2023 Fleet Safety Awards. As all will know, we started the Fleet Safety Awards in 2022, and as a result of the phenomenal success and the interest shown in those awards, we had already committed to a 3-year cycle. So we're now in our second year running. We've taken on many more partners. We've increased the capacity and the areas in which participants can draw prizes and benefit from participating in the program. But what we're going to do today, as with others, we're inviting new partners who have joined recently to share some of their views on why they're participating in the 2023 Fleet Safety Awards. So what we're going to do is welcome Pamela Nkuna, as well as Kalashni Narainsamy from Pernod Ricard, and they're going to introduce themselves and tell us why they're involved in this initiative. Pamela, please join us. Kalashni, please join us. There we are. Thank you, you wonderful people, for joining us. We really appreciate the opportunity and the time that you've taken. Can I just maybe ask you to introduce yourself, tell us what you do, so that we can get some context. Pamela, let's kick off with you.
Cool, thanks, Eugene. As you mentioned, I'm Pamela Nkuna. I am the Corporate Affairs Director at Pernod Ricard, South Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa. I'm currently responsible for public affairs, regulatory and stakeholder engagements, as well as internal and external communications. And then I lead the deployment of Pernod Ricard's sustainability and responsibility strategy. I'm also the first Black female chairperson of the South African Liquor Brands Association, and I sit on the board of aware.org.
Okay, now I'm overwhelmed by all your responsibilities, as I'm sure all viewers are as well, and I just congratulate you on doing them so well. Kalashni, over to you.
Hey, good afternoon, Eugene. My name is Kalashni Narainsamy, and I'm the Sustainability and Responsibility Manager at Pernod Ricard South Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa. So it's my responsibility for creating and implementing the S&R initiatives that complement Pernod Ricard's global roadmap of bringing good times to good place to life, with a particular focus on our 4 pillars, being responsible hosting, nurturing terroir, valuing people, and circular making. I'm also responsible for projects that allow Pernod Ricard to be involved as being a responsible, forward-thinking corporate citizen in our efforts to inspire and aspire to create a more convivial world, a world without excess.
Thank you very much. Now that you represent the total management team of Pernod Ricard, I'm quite sure you can speak with authority on the questions that we're going to pose. By the way, I just must tell you one of the reasons I'm really glad to have you guys join us. You know, you represent an industry that has been demonized to a great extent, where you get blamed, or alcohol gets blamed for all the bad things in the world. And I do think that you've taken a particularly bad rap, and they've demonized it at the expense of knowing what you do. And we know from our personal involvement with you that you do a lot for road safety. So, Pamela, if I can ask you, why have you chosen to partner with Master Drive on the 2023 Fleet Safety Awards?
Thanks for the question, Eugene. So as a responsible corporate citizen, Pernod Ricard is really committed to helping reduce the harmful impact or abuse of alcohol in our society. And our partnership with Master Drive Fleet Awards kind of reinforces this. So there are lots of evidence synergies in that the Fleet Safety Awards recognize individuals and organizations for their dedication and their hard work in promoting road safety in South Africa. And similarly, Pernod Ricard, together with our partners, are committed to continue to vigorously fight the abuse of alcohol in society. And we have evolved our business and our marketing. We act on the harmful drinking side, and we engage with our stakeholders for a real and positive change. So this impact of the alcohol misuse has devastating consequences, on road fatalities, crashes, and injuries. And it is our collective responsibility to drive home the message and action on responsible drinking and road safety.
Thank you very much. And I think that's really the operative word, responsible drinking. And in my mind, it doesn't only mean when you're driving or abstaining from driving if you've been drinking. It applies to all aspects of life. So, Kalashni, let's get your view on why it is important for organizations such as yourself that have this huge investment in road safety to participate in events such as these. And do you think it could inspire others to join with us in this type of exercise?
So I'm particularly talking about this event, which is the awards event. And Eugene, when we were asked to speak, I thought about this quote from Aristotle, and it said, excellence is not an art won by training or habituation, or rather, if I could restart, excellence is an art won by training and habituation. And we do not act rightly because we have the virtue or excellence, but we rather have those because we are acting rightly. And what we repeatedly do. And excellence then is not an act, but a habit. And I think this is so true for the awards event that we are participating in. To me, the awards program follows a behaviorist principle to change driver behavior, and this is via reinforcement. So it is well established that if you have a positive consequence from a particular behavior, that it's more likely that that behavior is going to be repeated. And also, the award shows people that they too can be great and have a positive difference in our roads. They are able to tap into the knowledge and skills and experience of those recognized. You know, this fosters collaboration, collectiveness, innovation, and definitely even better ideas. So as Pernod Ricard, we want to recognize achievement, success, and the impactful and inspiring initiatives that not only validate efforts, but also encourages others to follow suit and provide a benchmark for industry standards.
Thank you. I noticed you were trying to exercise some poetic license there by changing a well-known quote. But in fact, when you mentioned that, you know, I'm sure we all know the quote by Gandhi, be the change that you wish to see in the world. And in fact, that wasn't the original quote, by the way. Look it up at some stage. But if you and I can be that change and participate in it, we start affecting others. Because, you know, if you know what the cost of the fiscus is with fatalities on the road, it's just under 200 billion, I think. If you and I, as a corporate responsible citizen, could get that reduced by 10%, imagine where that money could go and benefit others. So the third question that I'd like directed to you, Pam, and then Kalashni, please give me some input, is it, what do you achieve by partnering, or what do you hope to achieve by partnering with Master Drive on this event?
You know,
Pam?
Eugene, road fatalities in South Africa has been a big concern for a long time, and it still is a big concern. If you look at the Road Traffic Management Corporation stats, they say over 8,000 young people between the ages of 21 and 34 have died on the South African roads between 2019 and 2021. So as such, you know, we all have a responsibility to promote road safety. Drinking under the influence of alcohol is a definite no. And recognizing individuals and organizations that proactively take a step in the right direction is making a positive impact on road safety. And our message at Pernod Ricard is very clear, Eugene. It says, if you choose to consume alcohol, do so responsibly. Driving under the influence of alcohol is a choice that can be avoided. So, you know, you always want to ask yourself the question, you know, why would you put your life and the lives of your loved ones and everyone on the road at risk?
Thank you for that. And just before we go to you, Kalashni, you know, the one thing I noticed when I was at your office is your staff are free to enjoy a drink. And yet comes your responsibility to ensure with whomever you're partnering, I think it's Goodfellas, to make sure that they get home. Now, that's responsible corporate management, in my opinion. Kalashni, your comment, please.
So I think I echo what Pam has just said. For us, it's also collaboration and partnership. We want to work with like-minded people, like Master Drive. I think we can go much further and bigger together. And I think that is why we want to partner in initiatives like this.
Thank you very much for that. Now, we're coming toward the end. So here's a challenge to both of you. In 30 words or less, what's your parting message? Pam, start with you.
Difficult one, but I'll give it a shot. Now, firstly, I want to congratulate all the individuals and organizations who are the category award winners and who have been recognized for their contributions to a safer society. I think it's so important for all of us to be ambassadors of road safety because it is so preventable. A fatality on our road can be prevented. Eugene, aware.org does a lot for road safety. They have many programs, above the line programs, where they even go with the ministers of transport or the departments of transport and the metros on high risk areas. They do above the line campaigns, which also gives out Uber vouchers and driver home options. And importantly, they have programs that actually rehabilitate victims of road safety. For example, choosing the high road and shifting the gears. So my last parting word would be to please be a responsible ambassador, and we can all avoid road fatalities.
Thank you. So just can I repeat, Kalashni, not 300 words or less, just 30 words or less.
She's my manager. I have to follow suit. What can I do? So Eugene, I also would like to congratulate everyone. I know it's not an easy feat to do what we do. So I thank all the participants, the nominees, the winners for their hard work and their dedication to the cause. I'd like to say that we as Pernod Ricard are trying to do our bit as well. We've partnered, you might know about this, Eugene, we've partnered with the United Nations Institute of Training and Research to develop a program that talks to responsible drinking, particularly trying to prevent drink driving, which is called the Otter Sobriety Training Program. And this is trying to empower and educate new drivers to make the right choice, and that is not to drink and drive. And we educate them about the risks of drink driving, the legal consequences. So this is a road initiative and activation program that we've actually taken to the eThekwini municipality, and we are reaching over 5,000 new drivers. So this is something we want to do. We want to roll out to the Johannesburg driving schools as well. We also partner with GMPD, the Department of Transport, to also help them in their activations and their roadblocks. And together we can make them safe as well by providing PPE, equipment, clothing, because we want to protect them so they can protect us and the road users. So my parting words is we trying, I know everyone else is trying, and let's, I think know that this effort is not in vain, and we really can make a difference. If we change one life, it's more than enough.
Thank you very much for those messages. I must just reiterate, the Department of Transport, they look after air, land, sea, and road. So whatever they have is a challenge. And this program is not intended to replace anything they do, but it is a program that you and I, as responsible corporate citizens, can engage with to change driver behavior as a whole. So with that, thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Kalashni. We're going to say goodbye to you as we give the wrap-up message to all the viewers so that they will know to join with us on the Fleet Safety Awards. Just a reminder, there's really very good prizes up for grabs. There's upward just under 100,000 rands worth of value that we're giving away. We've increased the categories, so there's light, medium, and heavy commercial. And then, of course, we've got a Road Warrior Award as well. You will be there to join us on the 7th at Automechanica, and I'm sure that you look forward to awarding those prizes to the winners. With that note, we'd say thank you for joining us, and until we see each other again on the 7th, you take care and drive safe.